This is what's left of the foundation of the house. It's clearly visible. It was a two-story building. Where the employees are standing now is part of one-story building. The house was about 150 square meters.
This is where Roman's house stood. It was here that one of the rockets fell. His sister and niece were inside that day. Both are alive. Rescuers and neighbors managed to pull them out from under the rubble.
As soon as we got there, the rescuers were already there, getting my sister out of the rubble. I ran back to the street and saw my niece being taken away. She was rescued through a hole left by the explosion. The explosion has blown out my door right here, you see? This was the kitchen. This is what is left of the washing machine, as you can see. There was the machine, there was a shower stall. There was one room, there was the second.
The missile attack on Liubotyn was carried out on March the 28th. As a result, part of the Lena Street was destroyed. The blast wave also destroyed Yevhen's house. Together with his wife, he managed to survive. The man had been severely wounded by small glass shards. After the shelling, he had been treating wounds for an entire month.
I went out into the corridor to get myself some borscht, and my wife was there, in bedroom. We had a bedroom there, and at the moment the explosion happened, I realized that something terrible had happened, because the glass, boards and bricks immediately flew over.
At the time of the first explosion, Yevhen fell to the floor, and a few seconds later a second explosion thundered. The house caught on fire. It was impossible to extinguish it. The temperature was so high that even metal parts melted.
If you can see, here is a piece of bark broken off. The whole yard was full of missile fragments. I found a tail with the license plate. I flew in here and flew out from here, where the freezer was. I turned round from it and flew through this window into the kitchen.
Anatoly was thrown into the summer kitchen by the blast wave. He flew several meters and broke the glass with his head.
I was in my winter garden when the first rocket flew to a neighbor. It's a two-story building which no longer exists. It was pulled out from the foundation, and I was just 18 meters from the epicenter of the explosion.
The man tells when he came out into the street. The houses around were without roofs. The shock wave demolished all the fences. Everything around was on fire.
Some parts of the streets are missing altogether. At this address, where we have now conducted the last inspection of the scene, we found parts of the caliber missile. We will establish where this weapon had been located, how it was relocated, where it was fired from, and who gave such commands.
On the territory of Liubotyn, according to the district prosecutor's office, 10 residential buildings were destroyed. 15 buildings, including 2 schools, were severely damaged.
The number of killed, if I'm not mistaken, is more than 3. In addition, a 5-year-old girl was wounded at the last place where we found fragments of the caliber missile. A child was taken by neighbors to a medical institution where she was provided with primary medical care.
Now criminal proceedings have been opened on these facts under Article 438 of the Criminal Code of Ukraine, violation of laws and customs of war. There is a pre-trial investigation. In total, more than 1,000 criminal proceedings have been opened on the territory of the Kharkiv region under this article since Russia invaded Ukraine on February the 24th, 2022. Reported by Pavel Stelmach, Nadia Sukhorukova, UATV News.